Good evening, all my South Orange Maple listeners, and all those other listeners in the towns of Melbourne, Livingston, Irvington, West Orange, East Orange, Orange, and Newark. Welcome to In the Village with Ann, Sam, and Marjorie on the South Orange Maple Online Radio Experience, and live on the World Wide Web at somore.org, and the only radio show covering all your news, opinions, politics, talk, and sports happening in the South Orange Maple and surrounding communities. You can listen to us every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. and reach us at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626 to participate in the discussion. As usual, we have an interesting program lined up for you this evening, and we look forward to your participation in the discussion.
The Strollers present Fuddy Mears, a dark, absurdist farce about all that is imperfect and flawed in the human condition. Come see it at the Bergdorf Center for the Performing Arts on 10 Duran Road in Maplewood. Friday and Saturday performances are on March 6th, 7th, 13th, and 14th at 8 p.m., with a Sunday matinee on March 8th at 2 p.m. Visit thestrollers.org for tickets and details. Don't stay at home. Come play with the Strollers.
We are back with you as we celebrate the last few days of Black History Month. I want to continue to celebrate Black History Month here in the Village of the Answer and Marjorie and the South Orange Maple Online Radio Experience. Now, there is a program done at Harvard called I Too Am Harvard. And it's about the kids at Harvard talking about their experiences as black males and females, or black students at Harvard. We're going to get into that. Now, I posted something on Facebook, and a person indicated to me that I posted it was from Bethesda Chevy Chase High School in Maryland. Now, let me see if I have that here. I want to play that. Let me see that one. I want to play that one. I too am MIT. Here we go. Take a listen to this, okay? Just take a listen to this.
I just remember that I really wanted to be part of this academic team because I see myself doing this when I get older. And I remember preparing so hard. I did get a role, and I remember coming into the room with one of our practices and one of the girls talking to another guy and saying, oh, she only got in because she's black. And at that moment, I just remember feeling so hurt. For the rest of the year, throughout the team, I just felt like everyone was looking at me like, oh, I was that black girl who made the team because she was black and not because of merit.
Growing up, I felt like I had to look like the white man, dress like the white man, talk like the white man in order to be seen as being on the same level with the other white kids. And now I'm in a situation where I really don't know, like what am I? It's like you have to do all these things, and you have to, it's just so hard for black students because we feel that we have to go the extra step to prove that we are on the same level and to prove that we can do it. And that is the reason why I show up every day to school, and I work hard. I work so hard because I want other kids to see that it's something you can do.
I mean, yeah, like some of my black friends will be like, oh, why do you hang out with these kids all the time? Or like some of my white friends are like, oh, you hang out with those black kids, I didn't know that. So it's just kind of like, I feel like sometimes I'm living two lives. You should hang out with kids who make you happy or make you genuinely laugh or make you, want to have fun or want to talk to them. And so just because if that person's white, black, Asian, Hispanic, that shouldn't affect who you're friends with.
I've gotten straight A's for the better part of my life, and my friend, he was new to the school, so he didn't really know me. He was like, "Oh, you get straight A's? You don't look like you get straight A's." Honestly, I mean, I just laughed in the moment. Then, like, once I thought about it, kind of like a little bit after the conversation, I kept thinking about it. Then it kind of hit me.
Stereotypes are a safety net. People use them because they're easy. They're easy to know without getting to know people. They say, you're this way because of whatever kind of physical features you have or whatever kind of ethnic or social or racial background you have to be this way. And people see that and they're like, okay, well, if everybody is telling me that I have to be this way, then I guess I should be this way.
And I do think that most of the things said are said as jokes. But I think after those jokes are said, they kind of start to settle in, and they become more than that.
There's just so much more to a person than the color of their skin. I don't see why, like, in our world, that's how we've evolved as humans, is like thinking something that is darker in tone has less value than something that is lighter, you know?
Prejudice is a human thing, and it's gonna happen if you're different in any society. It's a bad thing, but that doesn't mean the people behind it are bad people.
They should be forgiven and taught that there is a better way to think about the world, there's a better way to see other people.
Smart and black at BCC. Some people may say those two words don't belong in the same sentence.
I got in and I saw that I was one of 2 black people in the class.
I think I'm the only African American in AP Physics.
An AP Bio class or an IB Anthropology class.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only black student in that course.
I was the only minority in my class, and so I felt like I did not belong at all.
I feel like I'm usually the one that's left out. I'm just kind of distracted only because there aren't others that are like me or kind of don't see like the fact that I can take a class like that.
I feel like people have this feeling that slavery was a couple hundred years ago. We should be back on track, but I feel like people forget that we weren't all holding hands and singing Kumbaya after slavery ended. Like, there was Jim Crow laws, and that ended in, the 60s? So we have about 50 years to get to the top, to where we're supposed to be. We were put in this place. It wasn't just us being lazy or unintelligent that got us here. It was because we were oppressed.
If we want to change the BCC, if we want to change the world, we're going to have to make a difference in ourselves and not rely on other people to do that for us.
If we can build towers that are almost taller than a mountain, if we can make cities like New York, if we can make the 7 wonders of the world, I think we can move past prejudice. I have faith in that.
So the first step to any problem is, first of all, acknowledging that it exists, and this is what this video is, acknowledging that there's a problem at BCC. And the second step is, to think twice before you say something, to not perceive people in a certain way just because of their race. We need to think more, because our actions really can hurt people.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I2M BCC. That's Bethesda Chevy Chase High School. But we want to start from the root of what started all of this. It's actually the students at Harvard who started it all. So let's listen to I2M Harvard. Started with the students at Harvard University. Let's take a listen to that. Remember, we're celebrating Black History Month, ladies and gentlemen.
I always question knowledge, like not necessarily like what we know, but how do we know that we actually know something in the first place? So it's like another level of questioning, and I think it's like really, really phenomenal that for hundreds of years, people were convinced that I, had I been born back then, would not be human. Black people were not human, and having that be kind of the foundation on which I've lived my experience in the United States, it makes me question things I see in class, things I see on the street, I don't know, perception. It just makes me question a lot of things.
Blackness to me is faith. Having faith in what you don't see. Because we, as a people, often don't see validation. We don't see uplifting in the context of mainstream America or even situations like Harvard. So for me, it's having faith that, like, you know, I am significant, I am valid, I am valuable, even though everything else is telling me that I'm not.
Before I came to college, I had a sort of very negative understanding and vision of what it meant to be black. It sort of just meant, like, this is the reason why my family is sort of tormented by my neighbors and why I don't really fit in at school and why I get picked on and various things. And it wasn't until college that I got to really experience the black community. And I got to really extensively study black history. You know, like, studying jazz was probably the most freeing, wonderful experience I had, just because I got to see what black people have made out of the sort of blue notes that have been projected onto their bodies ever since they were brought here.
For me, being black means to be interwoven with an immense, difficult, and beautiful history. It means to wake up every day in this brown skin, knowing that I am fearfully and wonderfully made.
Being very phenotypically white, a lot of people will tell me, you know, you don't act black, or like you don't look black, so you aren't black. Which is like kind of led me to question, like, what makes a person black? Is it looking black, or is it, you know, being culturally black or being like ethnically black? A lot of people say that, yeah, I don't speak black, I don't really know what that means, but I got that a lot back home. Not as much here at Harvard, but a lot back home for sure.
Yeah, that's so great. I was like, oh my god, we're using it now. Yes, the racism. I'm dying. I'm dying. It's just like.
I don't believe in like a biological basis to race. I believe it's like socially constructed, yada yada. That being said, it doesn't mean it's not real. There's like a building is constructed, it's still real. Race is still real. It has impact on people's lives. And I guess being black, it's kind of strange because on one hand it's to be recognized as black, to be like have other people look at you and then you're black, like politically and publicly, and whatever assumptions people make about you based on that. And then there's also people who consider themselves black who are not visibly or obviously black in that way. Like even people might consider me not that way.
At the beginning of the year, introducing myself to people, sometimes people would take a step back and be like, wait, what are you? And I'd say, what do you mean, what am I? And they'd say, like, what's your race? And I'd say, well, I'm half white. And they'd be like, yeah, okay, we can see that. You know, the red hair, the freckles. And then I'd say, I'm half black too. And they'd say, what? You're black? And I'd say, no, I'm half black and I'm half white. I'm the whole package. I'm not just one and I'm not just the other. I'm both.
So I am black Japanese. I'm Blasian. But I am black, because no one's ever going to see me, look at me and say, oh, look at that Asian girl, you know? People are telling us, you don't belong here, you don't deserve to be here. And at that point, it wasn't like I could just go and hide in my Asianness and hide in that side of me and pretend like I wasn't black. Like, that really came to the forefront. And I realized the implications of what that means being here on this campus.